My name is Mark and I would like to borrow some of your precious time. I have been working for a period of 3 years how to save the ecosystems on this planet and actually solve all problems in a matter of 80 days. What are our problems? We have the ozone depletion in the upper atmosphere, we have a global climate shift, and what people are not talking about is industrial agriculture. The use of chemical fertilizers, also called NPKs and herbicides, pesticides, have put an enormous stress on our ecosystem. For example, this tree in my garden, when you look, this is empty. It's just growing on the outer edge. That means we are losing a lot of our biomass on this planet. It's a creeping disease and we can really change it in a very short period because we have the tools to do it. In the year 1980, the supervolcano Mount Helens in Washington State in the US erupted and destroyed a lot of the neighborhood. And what happened in the years after that, nature in some miraculous way recovered very quickly. Why is that? The volcanic dust is extremely rich. It contains a lot of minerals, and what it does, it restores the calcium balance in plants. Well, we can simulate the same thing by spraying a mixture of water and volcanic dust over the plants. Of course, we don't destroy the plant at all, but what we are doing, we are giving the plant what it needs and we're bypassing the root system. So that means we get the effect in a very short time period where it takes months or even years in trees to get the same results. This process has been tested in a Dutch laboratory with very good results. So we have a scientific point that we can make this true. If used on a global scale, we can change actually global climate change, because what's happening actually intercellular, this mixture of calcium carbonate slowly dissolves in the plant and gives the plant the possibility to produce a lot of oxygen and bind a lot of CO2. Of course, we have to combine this new system of thinking with an economic and a social change, because what is happening on the planet right now, what humans are doing against their own planet, it's actually more a war on terroir. But I think this is the future and it's not harmless as well. You can even eat it. Bon appetit! Hello, I'm driving through the beautiful landscape of Saxony. As part of the global Marshall Plan, we have to remodel economy. What is economy? Well, its etymology is from the Greek word oikos, and it means family, household and home. And when you translate it again to the English language, it means ecology and economy. So both are going together. So we have to remodel economy in a very fair way, because nowadays it's actually a criminal system. You are actually paying 50% income tax and then you have your VAT excise, and that means that you are about paying more than 80% taxes. 80%. That's the truth. So we have to change it. Can we change the system? Yes, we can, and it already happened before. I'm standing in front of the Frauenkirche in Dresden, the capital of Saxony, and it is the symbol of German reunification, but also for destruction and warfare. And actually, how did Germany recover after 1945? Well, they did three things. The first major thing is that they provided amnesty to actually all Germans working for the Nazi Party. You know, in the West German government in the 50s there were more National Socialist members in the government than before 1939. The second operation the Allied forces implemented is by creating a new German central bank, the Bundesbank, in 1949. And they also abolished the former Reichsbank, so the former debt was just finished. So that means that every German could start with a new, fresh start. And the most important thing they did is by just abolishing in the whole of Germany all mortgages debt. So that means this is the reason why Germany started with the economic wonder, the Wirtschaftswunder. And I think if we apply this on a global scale, that means for all states on this planet, we can make a fresh start. This is it, guys. What a beautiful city. Of course, banks are not keen, well, for implementing such drastic measures, but there's hope. It already happened a couple of months ago in Iceland. What happened? Well, the people took over, they rewrote the constitution and they abolished all debt. This is the way out, and it will happen this year. I suggest that we combine the abolishment of private debt with other economic measures. For instance, all investments that are made to restore our ecosystems are nowadays labeled as a cost. Well, we put them on the other side of the balance and it becomes an asset. And there's no more depreciation, but it is revaluated year after year. What happens in our economy? Every single company will return into profit. So you see, there are solutions to change our world in a very positive way. We have the knowledge to change this world. We have the technology. The only thing we lack is the willpower of the global elite. But this is changing. We have a positive future in front of us. And moreover, we owe a future to our children. I would like to give, this is my son Egon, I would like to give the future that I had when I was a child. And how should I put it? Silence is a war crime. So you have a job to do. I included everything that I know in a book called Healing Our Planet in 80 Days. It contains all instructions, all details, what to do in the year 2012 and making a very beautiful future beyond 2012.